You are watching ESPNcricinfo Match Day. It's the mid-innings break in the game between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Rajasthan Royals. Here's the look at the scorecard at the moment. 158 for 4 is what Bengaluru got in their 20 overs. The star with the bat, Parthiv Patel, with 67. Marcus Stoinis not out on 31, but it was an innings that belonged to Shreyas Gopal with his leg spin, picking up 3 wickets, giving away just 12 runs. Also a wicket there for Jofra Archer. Ajit Agarkar, Brad Hodge with me. Parthiv Patel, we were talking about should he open or not. There you go, 67.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's such a big problem that he opens. It's that he doesn't go on after the 6 overs. That is a bigger problem. And then if he does what he did today, often I think then RCB will be well served because and it can't happen every innings. But when he does get a start, you want your opening batsman or one of the top 3 to then go on and get a substantial score, which he did. So well done to him. It was a really important innings because their big guns were out cheaply today. So he usually gives them a brisk start. Doesn't quite go on. Today he has, so good for him.
Yeah, so the one thing that we noticed, Brad, with Parthiv Patel, he gets you those runs in that power play, the 6 overs. It's after the power play where he finds it very tough to get quick runs. Today, that didn't seem like an issue for him.
No, and if he plays like that consistently, I mean, you've got to look for consistency as well. At the top of the order, it's the best place to bat.
Yeah.
So, look, I mean, I'm sure he's working on this. But, as a seasoned professional, you need to probably get it right. Hats off to him. I thought he played a fantastic knock today. I mean, he looked like a star of the show, and he was the star of the show. He took it up to the Rajasthan Royals bowlers. They didn't particularly bowl that well to him.
Okay.
But you can only play to your strengths, and I thought he did it particularly well.
We'll have to go back to last season to see when Parthiv Patel last got a 50 for his team. So it's been almost a season-long break for him to get another 50 in the IPL. But talking about how is it that the Rajasthan bowlers bowl, I'm going to talk about Gopal, the way he performed, and he got those wickets, as we mentioned, 3 wickets for him. But the most talked about wicket will be that of Virat Kohli. Was it as good as it looked on TV, or do you think Virat could have done better there?
I mean, obviously he's beaten him with a googly. I mean, I'm sure Virat knows that he's going to bowl him a googly. Somewhere, maybe, Virat almost, with the way they performed this year, is trying to bat through the innings, maybe not as switched on as he usually is. And I'm just speculating. It feels, you don't expect Virat Kohli to miss too many of those balls. It's not been it didn't spin big. It's obviously, it's obviously beaten him. It's obviously, he's not read it. But you still expect Virat Kohli, when he's really switched on and in top form, to adjust even if it's late. So, well done to Shreyas Gopal. I think those 3 huge wickets, not just Virat Kohli, a bit de Villiers.
Yep.
Again, might look a bit soft. The ball stopped on him a bit and then had fire. So, incredible spell. I think when you get 3 of those wickets and those figures that he's had, I think you usually put your team in a really good position, which he did.
In fact, last time around as well in the IPL, he got both AB de Villiers, Virat Kohli out in one match. Has any other bowler ever managed to do that? We don't quite know. But this is Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers versus Shreyas Gopal. This is how he's performed. 21 deliveries to Virat and 12 to AB de Villiers. Dismissed Virat 3 times, twice against AB de Villiers. And look at that strike rate as well. Pretty good as far as the average also is concerned. So he does have a wood on them, Brad, you'd have to say, looking at those numbers.
It looks that way, yes. He needed to step up. A spin department, I think, was a bit of an issue for Rajasthan Royals. But if he continues to bowl like that, and they're right in the game. So, well done to Shreyas Gopal. And look, to dismiss Virat Kohli a couple of times and have the wood on him, that's a tremendous performance.
I'm just taking the point forward that Ajit made. He said, at the moment, we're of course speculating why is it that Virat Kohli approached the innings the way he does. But it's so unusual to see him play the sheet anchor's role. And do you think that was his undoing, not playing his natural game? Because when he's aggressive, he's tough to stop.
You can't stop him when he's aggressive most times. I mean, the thing with batting is that when you're in an aggressive mind, usually everything else flows with it. Your head gets in the good positions, your footwork rolls well, and you don't tend to miss that many balls. So, look, maybe he's just trying to do the right thing for his team. They've been struggling. He's thinking as a captain, if I stand up and bat, 16, 17 overs, we'll put on a good total. So, look, it's really hard when your team's been struggling as a leader, what you actually need to do with the bat. You can see that he's doing the best in the field with his excitement levels and stuff like that, trying to energise his side. With the bats, a little bit different. I mean, they've struggled with the stick, haven't they? So there's a lot been riding on just AB and Virat. He's tried to shoulder most of it, and unfortunately, it just hasn't worked today.
We're going to take a few.
I mean,
questions.
usually it doesn't bother him. I mean, it doesn't really affect his batting.
Yeah, no matter
through
what
his
the
career,
situation.
it's not. So hopefully, it's just 2 innings, and next innings he's back to his best.
The other thing one can think of is all the talk around RCB not doing well, the team not performing, not making the playoffs again and again. Could that play out? I mean, when he's playing for the Indian team, as you're saying, we usually look at his career in totality. He usually is on top of the game. The team's doing rather well, and so his performance matches up there too.
I mean, it doesn't help when your team's not doing well. I think you have 100 other things to think of. Trying to get the right 11, trying to get the right batting order, which we've been talking about
Which
enough.
they still haven't got
I
it
think
right.
their bowling's not the strongest part of their
Either.
game, which we'll find out hopefully tonight if they've got the right balance in their attack. So lots of things, but. Like I said, it's never affected his batting so far, and hopefully it's just 2 innings, and I can't see Virat Kohli going without scoring for too long.
Okay, we're going to take a few questions now coming on our Facebook page live. The first one I'll throw to you, Brad. This is Neeraj Pathak. He wants to know, do you think Kohli missed a trick there? Could have played Washington Sundar instead of Akashdeep. Also, in hindsight, you can say that because Akashdeep wasn't really needed to bat.
Yeah, look, I actually said at the start of the show
Correct,
he should have played. The other thing with Washington Sundar is he gives you another left-handed option as well. And also, from memory, he's actually a top-order player, Washington Sundar.
He started as a batsman in his career.
In Tamil Nadu Premier League. So, for me, it's not like you're just picking an off-spinner. But look, the one thing that I've noticed about his off-spin is it's economical. And it creates some challenges. He bowls in the power play. So for me, it was a bit of a no-brainer. The Axtic Nath one might be just our batting's been off a fraction, so we're just going to try and get a little bit more depth in our batting unit. But yeah, for me, it's more about the bowling unit where they need some strike power.
We're going to look at this score now. In first look, it doesn't seem like a total that's at par, which will challenge Rajasthan Royals. But then we also saw the wicket not really be that fast at the moment. I mean, fast bowlers bowling consistently, slower deliveries. Is that a sign that the ball's really not coming onto the
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a bit too much of that, frankly. Too much of... as a bowler, I mean, if you're going to bowl slower balls, you've got to see, I mean, there are big boundaries in Jaipur, especially the square one. And you'd rather bowl slow balls into the pitch where the batsman then has to play square, where you have a chance of stopping runs. There were too many full slower balls just floated up there and not enough sort of intent behind them. And someone like a Jofra Archer who bowls at 150 clicks, far too many slow balls from him. Unless a batsman's getting after him and he's going for runs, I can understand a change of pace or to deceive somebody after creating pressure. Just far too many slow balls. I mean, I don't know what... Brad's been a batsman.
Yeah.
Would you rather face a 150 k ball or someone who's floating a slower ball up there? Doesn't matter how well disguised it is.
Yeah, Brett Lee bowling at 150, would you rather have him do that or bowl off cutters?
I'd rather see some off cutters for sure. I mean, the point is that he's got the ability to execute 650 click Yorkers in a row.
At will.
And we saw the importance of Rabada nailing 6 the other night. So for me, yeah, not his best day at the office, Jofra Archer. So just a little bit of thought process as well. Just needs to go into the game.
No, I mean, it's
Sure.
17 runs on that last over.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one short ball which was pulled for 6, a slow ball. And then was one full ball which was hit, which again, the field was too wide. For someone who's as quick, it's going to be difficult for the batsman to have enough time to hit a low full toss that wide. So, like you said, thought process. And doesn't mean that he comes and keeps bowling 150 clicks, but he has the ability to execute Yorkers. And most batsmen are late every time he bowls at that speed. So why go away from that?
Just taking that discussion forward, Anil Nayak has a question for you, Ajit. Do you feel the pitch is too pace? Should Shiraj continue to bowl a bit slower today?
I don't think you want to go thinking that you want to bowl too many slow balls. I mean, you've got to see what the batsman's trying to do. It's you still want to try and bowl your stock ball and then figure out things. Just because the spinners have had a little bit of help doesn't mean the fast bowlers will with the slow ball as well. it's a big ground which affords you a little bit of a chance if you still bowl well. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of change of pace because he's not a Jofra Archer. But you don't want to do too much of it unless it's really required at that particular time.
Okay, a question for you, Haji. Anil's got a question for you. Sanju Samsung's not playing for Rajasthan Royals. Does that change things?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a big loss actually with the form that he's in. There's no doubt. Sanju's been at number 3 for the Royals for a number of years and just gives him that little form of balance there. But look, for me, I actually see it as opportunity. An opportunity for either someone to step up to the number 3 who hasn't had much of a crack, either Tripathi or Steve Smith. So, look, the ball will come on nicely with the bat. Everyone wants to get up the top of the order at Jaipur. So for me, they'll miss him, there's no doubt. A little bit nervous about Stuart Binney not playing, coming into the back end under some pressure, but all in all, I think that if you start well, he might not even get a bat.
I'm just going to go back to Varun Aaron. Just got a 1 over to bowl. What do you think he learned from this particular match? He may get a few more chances going ahead. We don't know.
I think nothing from 1 over. It's
No,
harsh to judge someone.
Yeah.
But it's 1 over in a T20 game. You coming after a while. Somebody was set by the time he came on. Parthiv actually likes a bit of pace, especially when the ball is a little bit short. So no, not too much to look at after 1 over. I think it's one of those games where.
The other thing you can do as a captain is you can bring him back on once you've got a couple of wickets as well, just to keep the confidence levels up going forward as well. So
you may need him. In
really hard to come back after 16, but if you walk off the pitch and you got 2 overs, none for 22, it doesn't feel as bad.
All right, we're just about done here as far as the time is concerned. The players are out. Now, just a reminder, it seems like an easy target at the moment for Rajasthan Royals. But if you're a Rajasthan Royal fan, I must not be telling you this, but I need to. If you look at the top 5 batting collapses in the IPL, Rajasthan Royals features twice in them. So just an afterthought. Keep that in mind. For the now moment, we'll leave you to live action. We'll catch you at the end of the match. You're watching ESPN Cricinfo Match Day.